The difference that a day can make. Streets that had erupted with protest and anger after President Kais Saied sacked the Prime Minister and suspended Parliament are now holding steady.
I like the decision made by President Saied. We have been silent for 10 years. It has been 10 years of us living below zero. People are now sick and they can't treat themselves.
The president is planning to keep the calm. After assuming executive power, he imposed a nightly curfew for the next month. He warned violent protests would be met with force and banned public gatherings of more than 3 people. The UN also wants calm, saying it's following the situation very closely and called for restraint.
We're hoping that the situation will remain calm, and we're trying to see to it that all the various parties on the ground do what they can to ensure that the situation does remain calm. Obviously, as you just noted yourself, the region is a very volatile one, and it's certainly a region that cannot bear to have more unrest than it has presently had.
One of the key complaints of protesters is the government's failed pandemic response, which has caused the health system to collapse. Egypt has sent more than 500 kilograms of medical aid, and the US has donated 1 million litres of oxygen. So far, that's the extent of international intervention.
This has all of the classic checks of what an attempted coup would look like. But we have yet to see how this will unfold and whether it will solidify into a permanent coup. It certainly looks that way, given the very tepid response of the international community, which is certainly not strongly condemning the president's moves as they should be.
Tunisia's biggest political party, Ennahda, is still calling it a coup and says the president has acted outside the bounds of the constitution.
But we are determined that the 25th of July will not be the end of the Tunisian democracy, but will be a lesson for all. All must draw the appropriate lessons and must turn to facing the real problems of Tunisia. Tunisia's problems are not judicial. We have a health crisis. We have financial problems. We have an economic crisis. And we need to address these problems. Rather than seek to create other problems or to create ideological conflicts, we must all work to spare Tunisia from any violence and prevent it from being dragged into violence.
Nonetheless, it's seeking political dialogue with the president to try and end the crisis peacefully. Liz Maddock, TRT World.